Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of From Solo to Duel. Today we are going to be taking a look at a very interesting deck that they came up in the shop. So at the time of this recording, we're near the tail end of the Fusion Festival. And one of the things that they released was another structure deck called Cybernetic Successor. It really took me a while to get the hang of this, because this is probably one of the most I wouldn't say overly complicated, but it is one of the it is one of the more technical decks. You really have to have a goal in mind and play towards that goal. So it took me a while. In fact tried to do a build that was just Cyber Dragon only. It really did not have enough power and not enough protection. So it's a good thing I went back and took a look at the Cyberdark cards. Those are the ones that turned out to be the very important ones. And it turns out that there's a very powerful list for this. So first of all, let's start from the very beginning. Actually, let's start with the ultimate plan, which is the Cyberdark End Dragon. Now, so it has two materials, Cyberdark Dragon and Cyber End Dragon, and you can fusion it normally with a fusion spell, or you can special summon it by tributing a level 10 or lower Cyberdark fusion monster, so that's Cyberdark Dragon, equipped with Cyber End Dragon. So this is the special part here. Has very decent protection, and you can equip to give it additional attacks. So let's go to Cyber End Dragon. This one's just some 3 Cyber Dragons. In reality, no one really fusions this. It's actually, in fact, there are times where I'd say that Cyber Twin Dragon is probably more powerful for its fusion effect compared to the Cyber End Dragon. That said, Cyber End Dragon here is still quite important, even as a card to put in the bin to equip to a Cyberdark End Dragon. So let's go to the Cyber Darkness Dragon. Here's the level 10 that we're talking about. So you need to have 5 Cyberdark effect monsters. This is the key part. It's all about getting these monsters to the yard. It also has the ability to equip dragon or machine monster, Cyber End Dragon, and it does have a special effect. You can send an equipped card you control to the graveyard to negate the activation. And it doesn't have to be on Cyber Darkness Dragon, if I'm not mistaken. We also have a level 8 Cyberdark Dragon. This is kind of like an in case of emergency. Ideally, you're going for Cyber Darkness. You skip the Cyberdark Dragon. But it's nice to have an emergency exit if ever. So those are the key fusion monsters we're going for. They give us 2 copies of Cyber Dragon. Pretty good. More importantly, they give us a 1 each of all the copies that are cards that are very important. So let's see, the Herz not so important. You can get away with just 1 of these. Don't really use Cyber Valley. Don't really use Cyber Pharaohs. Nachster, 1 copy is good. Cyber Dragon Core. This one you kind of need 3 copies. The ability to get a cyber spell or a trap is very powerful. Likewise with Cyberdark Cannon and Cyberdark Claw. Discarding to add either another machine monster or another spell or trap is very powerful. Also adds gets more Cyberdark cards into circulation. So we can skip the attachment Cyber and Cyber Phoenix. Horn, Edge, and Keel. You probably want 1 of each of these. These are functionally garnets. You don't really want them, but you do have enough discard effects to make them good fodder. The Nachster is a good example of that. Cyberdark Chimera, pretty good also. You really want to get the power bond. You also want to have the effect where you can banish monsters from your graveyard as material, because we're not going to be running that many particular fusion spells, but we do want to have that option, because a lot of the times we're going to get them in the yard. We have a Cyber Eltanin. This one's pretty much an emergency sweeper button. It's like an emergency exit. Basically, It will banish a lot of cards on your side of the yard, so on your field and yard, the light ones at least, so you can actually play with this. But it does send all other face-up monsters on the field to the graveyard. It's not a destroy effect, so this one just sends quickly. I don't know how this works with unaffected. But those are pretty much the key monsters. You can pretty much skip almost everything else. Power Bond, you definitely want at least one copy. Overload Fusion, this is probably the best way to get a Cyber Darkness Dragon out if you don't have the activation of Cyberdark Chimera. Cyberdark Impact, it's functionally the same as Overload Fusion, so you might as well just have the Overload Fusion. I'd rather just have 2 copies of this. Yes, you can shooter for this, but in reality, if you're gonna shooter, you would rather probably shooter a Cyberload Fusion instead. This one's a good emergency exit button as a quick play effect. We'll go over our list of extra deck cards, but continuing on. Cyber Emergency, you want multiple copies. Cybernetic Horizon, good way to get both cards in the yard, cards in the yard and cards in your hand. So pretty good. Also, this is the most important part. You can send a Cyber Fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, so it's the fastest way to get Cyber End Dragon into your graveyard. Fusion Deployment, another emergency way to special summon extra monsters. Cyberdark Realm does the same thing. You can shooter, you can special summon. Has the ability you can equip from your opponent's graveyard instead. So could be relevant for like the Cyberdarks, though the Cyberdarks only affect dragon monsters, at least the normal ones. Cyberdark Dragon's also dragon monster. Cyber Darkness is dragon or machine. So that's a neat trick. Cyberdark End Dragon you'll get from either graveyard anyway. And other than that, there's a I did not end up running Cybernetic Revolution, but I do see some copies that have this on the list. Rebirth Judgment, it's a nice way to combo, but this is pretty much a win more combo. But that said, all the cards that you need to get this to get this deck to work are pretty much already there. So you just kind of need a few extra cards for fusion summons. So let's go over what I ended up building. I'm gonna use the Fusion Festival version here. I probably should port it back. So I had the original my typical packages there: Dark Hole, Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster, Monster Reborn, Ash Blossom. We have a few copies of Cyber Emergency, Solemn Judgment. I added a Spell Shield because we're gonna have a lot. There's a chance we're gonna have a lot of spell cards in our hand, and being able to have an additional negate effect that does not cost us life is pretty good. But here are the extra cards that we got here. So Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon probably could use more than one copy. I just only have one right now. But this one's a very good way to snipe spells or traps on the field. And you can get additional attacks depending on the board state. So this is actually a very decent combo with Power Bond. So, by the way, Power Bond, what it does is it does a fusion summon. It also doubles its attack, but you take damage equal to the additional attack at the end of the end phase. But turning this from a 2100 to a 4200 with multiple extra attacks, pretty decent. Cyber Twin Dragon's the standard. Cyberdark Dragon. Technically, I could cut one of these for another one of this. Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. This one's kind of like another emergency if you need to clear out some of your weaker monsters on the field. Form them into a larger dragon. This is a good way to do it. It's not perfect, but then again, it does get cards to the yard as needed, which might be relevant. So not too bad there. Cyber End Dragon. We're running only 2 copies because you're practically dumping it in the yard. Here's your Cyber Darkness Dragon. This one's kind of important, so 3 copies there. Cyber Eternity Dragon. This one is very good in the sense that it has a lot of protection for itself. you'll easily get a machine fusion monster in your graveyard. So this one can be really protected well. Also, if this gets sent to your graveyard, you can special summon, and you can banish this one to give your fusion monsters protection. So pretty decent. It's a bit expensive on the. It's a bit expensive, but it works there. And Cyberdark and Dragon, you can get away with just one copy. Though what I might do is I might just rebalance this to 2 and 2. Just to be more realistic there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for our Cyberdark line. I will note that Cyber Dragons have a lot more support. If you don't want to go the Cyber Dragon route, most of your support is going to be on Exceeds and Link monsters. So for this particular event, we do have to go dark. We have to go Cyberdark. That said, we'll give this deck a go. We'll play a few. We'll play a few rounds of a Fusion Festival. Let's see how it pans out. But I will admit, this is not a very. You have to get the hang of the sequence. You have to always keep that in mind. It's very easy to go off track. It's also very easy to have not the cards you need or to get the wrong cards by accident. So you have to be very careful. So that said, okay, we have a Cyberdark Claw and a Cybernetic Horizon. So let's see. And we're gonna discard this right away. We easily get sniped out by Ash Blossom, so that's probably one of our biggest weaknesses. Okay, opponent lets that go. So we're gonna go for Cyberdark Realm. Let's see if our opponent has a... Yeah, we're gonna add designated cards. Add another machine monster. I can also discard this just for the power bond right away. Because we have Cybernetic Horizon. Yeah, and we do have some protection, so that's the important part. We're gonna go for Chimera. We can summon it right away, but I'm going to actually go for Cybernetic Horizon first. We're gonna discard the Eltanin, and we're going to discard. No, we're gonna discard one of our Garnets. Opponent might. Okay, opponent's not countering any of these, so you can send a card from your deck to your hand. We're gonna go for Cyber Dragon Core because that gives us a spell. And we're gonna pitch a Cyber End Dragon in the yard. So I'm actually gonna activate this effect now. See if our opponent neuters that. Doesn't, so normal summon Cyberdark Chimera. We will most likely just pitch Dark Hole. Also, we need to do a count every time. We only have 2 Cyberdark monsters. 3 if you count the Chimera. So we get our power bond. We also get the ability to take from the yard. We're gonna play Cyber Dragon 4. I'm gonna do a sanity check here. That is there a limitation here? You can only activate one Cybernetic Horizon per turn, so we're not getting that again. We technically could, but we're gonna get Cyber Emergency. This just gets us an additional monster. Yeah, we're casting a lot of stuff. We might... I'm tempted to not power bond right away, or at least if we power bond something smaller. So we're gonna go for a regular Cyber Dragon here. So note that we have a bunch of darks, but we have a bunch of light monsters also. If I go for Chimera Tech Fortress, it would eat up my Cyberdark. It does send it to the graveyard, which is fine. I can power bond to it, and it'll probably just exile the Cyber Eltanin. Sure, we'll go for that. Let's see if our opponent. So we'll do Cyber Eternity Dragon because so cards as fusion material. Send to graveyard. Send to graveyard. Exile. So we are taking some damage here. There's a good chance our opponent might have an out for this. Like Kaiju is a very good answer, decent answer for this. Select card to send to the graveyard. Pitch another Garnet. Solemn Scolding on defense, and pass. Opponent playing Dragon Maid, so let's see. Can be very tough. We actually, there are a lot of in and out effects that can mess us up here. So our best bet is to pay attention to. At the start, you can return this card special summon. All monsters you control for each Dragon Maid. If you control 2 or more, you can target one, add it to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, cannot. Nope, we'll pass. So opponent is playing defensive. Or do they already have the level 8? Wait, they have is this 8 or less? Solemn Scolding. Oh, it's level 8 exactly. So they might have one in hand. I don't know how this affects with this. It's not a summon though. It's just it's special summons. You may only use opponent goes for target one and return them to the hand. I think they're trying to target this, but they can't, so they have to target one of these, or they can target this. So yeah, having the I'm pretty sure. Okay, so let's see. Target, you can ban. Okay, return it to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Okay. We're actually going to counter that. Which might be a mistake. Yeah, that probably is a mistake. I would rather have saved it for something else, but it does stack all these in the yard. So sanity check. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more cyber, but we also need a card that can. Yeah, that was a mistake. We should not have We should. Well, it was gonna end up in the yard anyway. Yeah, they would have special summoned one Dragon Maid monster from your hand. They would have special summoned this one. Yeah, I guess we should not have. I guess we made a mistake there. We should not have countered that. Opponent is trying to figure out what's the best Dragon Maid to add. Our only saving grace right now is that Cyber Eternity is kind of heavy, but we need to hit another effect soon. Opponent's going for Dragon Maid Tinkek. Discard target gains 2,000. No. Okay, they're trying to go over the top. So what's the effect here? Send Dragon Maid card. Okay. adds to hand. So tidying again. So they're going to try to bounce this one this time. Quick effect, you can discard this card, target one monster, gains 2000 attack. At the end of the battle phase, return, special summon one level 3, so it's really just chaining all these effects. So let's do a sanity check here. We know this is some Dragon Maid tidying. Return them to hand. You can banish this from your graveyard. Return it to your hand. I'm going to force this to be used off time, because our life is so low that if anything were to happen here, we're probably dead anyway. It's so. Or did they put a different card? We'll see. Weird effect. Okay, very weird effect at that. So it's still not over yet. We're still actually very much in danger. I would not be surprised if we lose at this point. Yeah, Power Bond is kind of dangerous in the sense that you probably want more Solemn Judgments over Solemn Scoldings. So add a spell or trap from your deck to your hand. What they really want is an effect that that eats the Cyber End Dragon. Fusion summon one dragon monster from your extra deck, hand or field. So I'm not too familiar with the. I'm not that familiar with the Dragon Maid, so yeah, they're gonna bounce Solemn Scolding again. Yeah, this was pretty much a trap card. House Dragon Maid. Yeah, this one used to be very annoying. Hold on. Target one other monster you control. Special summon. Okay. When another face-down dragon you control returns to your hand, you can target. Okay, so no targeting, which is quite good. Cyber Emergency. I want to see what their other cards are. Ash Blossom. Okay, that's fine. And what's... If the activation was negated, you can discard one card, add this to your hand. In its owner's possession and sent to your graveyard. Okay, maybe that... Anyway, we're gonna attack first. Yeah, opponent's running out of maids. If in its owner's possession was negated by your opponent, you can discard, add it to your hand. I'm gonna still put this down. Opponent does go for type. Opponent does the banish. Return. Yeah, but it gets returned. Not too bad. Really down to the last few cards here. Opponent ends it. So yeah, I guess Cybernetic Horizon. I'm just gonna swing for the win. See for yeah. I was thinking of going through the Cybernetic Horizon thing, but I have to really be careful when when activating more of these effects. How do you put this? It's kind of called the torrential tribute trap. If you can kill your opponent with what's on the board, don't put yourself in a position where you can get killed by adding more stuff to the board. But there we go. That's a pretty decent one. Our opponent was playing a loner deck though, so that was the. Wait a minute. No, that's a loner deck. Weird. No. They were not playing with a loner deck. Why did I only get 50? Anyway, let's duel again. Okay, going second. So far, it's not very often that you're gonna get up that chain, but what's important is that you have a series of targets that you can aim for. Okay, looks like our opponent is playing a grass is greener style deck. If our opponent does that, I'm probably just gonna Ash Blossom it right away. So what's our plan? Cyberdark, discard, get a machine. You can target one red ice monster equipped hand. It gains. Okay, what's this effect? So depending on the cards our opponents, okay, adds red ice fusion. The red ice decks can be quite powerful in that regard. So we're figuring out what we need to do. Unfortunately, this one gets us a machine instead of. We'll pitch this first. So most likely go for a Chimera. We're gonna have to play the core. We're getting ourselves. Okay, we have multiple choices here. I can go Cybernetic Horizon, discard, or I can go Cyberdark Realm. Cyberdark Realm shooters up another Cyberdark up. I'm probably gonna go Horizon here because it's more important to get at least one card in the yard. Yeah, we're gonna pitch the Herz. And we're going to pitch one of our garnets. So what do we add in hand? We're gonna add Claw to hand because that gives us another pitch target. And Cyber Dragon in yard. Cyber Herz gives us a Cyber Dragon. Nice. We probably will do Cyberdark Realm because we already activated Horizon. So sanity check, how many cards in? 1, 2, 3. Four. Pitch. We're gonna pitch Harpy. Gets us a power bond. We can summon Cyber Darkness. Waiting for a hand trap, but it looks like it did not materialize. Activate the effect of Cyber Darkness. Yes. Activate Chimera. Yes, we activate both. Send to the graveyard. Send another Garnet. select card to equip Cyber Dragon, because that's our we can actually go for the win already. But I'm gonna do this because it gives us the added protection of unaffected by opponent's activated abilities. Then we can activate, equip. This does not have a graveyard effect anymore. Okay, just equip this one. Yeah, I'm gonna double check, but most likely this one is just, yeah, it's just special summon for Cyber Fortress. So not too bad, if I may say so myself. Yeah, having unaffected is pretty much a very big deal. Our opponent could get us by taking out our Cyber Dragon core. That would be our weak spot here. Technically, the smart play was to just eat this one up. Okay, special summons one Odd Eyes Wizard Dragon. Yeah, so it's not quite over yet. That's why we kept Raigeki. Maybe we should have kept the Harpy's Feather Duster. Not too sure on that one. Could we have won that battle? We would have needed another... We would have needed another fusion effect. Not quite the one OTK, but that was pretty much our end goal. At least we were able to do that on stream. But it's not over for us. Opponent can technically still go over the top. I'm also... Opponent's activated effects does... I think... Yeah, this is the part where I'm... Where I do have a bit of air quote movement. Okay, so... Takes it out so I can't attack. Until the next turn, that is. Yeah, maybe we should have kept the... Oh, never mind. Is this unaffected? If this card is destroyed, but you can special summon one Odd Eyes monster from your deck or graveyard. Okay, so activate effect first. So it can summon from deck, so that's probably an issue. Yeah, okay. Some bills to pay. So activate Cyber Emergency. Select cards to add from deck to hand. I'll add another core. Normal summon. Okay, Cyberload Fusion. So this is field and face-up banish cards. We have 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. We can do that. Cyberload Fusion. Cyber Eternity Dragon. So... Oh, whoa, hold on. Ooh, that was really bad. Oh well. Okay, at least we learned one thing. It only takes one card. So yeah, that's the problem. Okay. Did they So also can't be affected, but not as powerful. So we might have punted that one. I need to double check this one. Is this and or your face-up banish cards? Oh, Cyber Eternity is plus 1 Cyber Dragon plus 2 machine monsters. Oh, because these are dragons, these are not machines. Okay, so that's something to remember. Not all the Cyberdarks are machine monsters. Okay, so that's an important lesson. I goofed up so you didn't have to. And yeah, we goofed up this one. Yeah, we're gonna have to surrender this one. That was a huge punt. Yeah, as I was saying, don't play more cards than you need to. I should have paid more attention to that one. But hey, at least I made the mistake so you don't have to. Hey, speaking of instant fusion. Well, never mind. Well, never mind that. Never mind the hubris. So, Edge, Horn. Opponent's letting us go first. Our biggest enemy here is essentially a Max C. So let's see. We have an Edge. We have a Horn. Okay, so we have 2 Garnets in hand. So we want spells. Pitch the Herz. So what do we add to hand? Probably another machine monster. Yeah, we'll add Cannon here. And we'll pitch Cyber Dragon into the yard. Yes. Waiting for response is a bit weird, but we'll see what happens there. And okay, looks like our opponent might have disconnected. So we had the non-game. Yeah, connection failed. Okay, let's keep going. I actually want to hit my levels as soon as possible because I'm going to be going out on vacation for a few days. So there's a very good chance that and playing on mobile is miserable. That's why I'm really doing this video now. I could have done it earlier, but you would have gotten the subpar Cyber Dragon deck. It's a good thing I taught more about it. So this one is really super sketchy. So we're playing Cyber Dragon Core and crossing our fingers that our opponent does not. Okay, we have to do Horizon. Okay, opponent does not have a response. So we're gonna pitch the Herz because that's our free. That's a free card. Pitch. Yeah, pitch one of our Garnets. We have another Garnet in hand, so we definitely want. We want Claw first, and of course Cyber Dragon in the yard. Pitch Claw. Get ourselves Realm because we've already activated one Horizon. With Realm we get Chimera. So let's do a sanity check. How many of these cards we have in yard? 1, 2, 1 in hand tree. Add 1 light machine monster that cannot be normal summoned or set. Because right now, if we do this, it's just that. So we actually are going to pitch Cyber Emergency. Get ourselves a power bond. So we're not going to get the perfect one, so we're going to just go for Cyber Eternity Dragon. Let's see, pitch Horn, pitch Chimera, pitch Core. Technically, I can also just banish the Herz. It's done its job, but we're gonna pitch Core just to be on the safe side. Also, we do have another use for it since we have the Eltanin in hand. We're gonna take a bit of a hit here first, though. Yeah, pitch our last Garnet. There's an argument for pitching one of the cannons instead. So at least we have. I really wish there's a way to let us know if certain effects are active or not having to keep taking a look. Well, in this case, our opponent decided not to take a look anymore, and they just it wasn't. Yeah, so just getting Cyber Eternity Dragon is already pretty good. So we'll probably do about two, 3 more matches. Again, the deck is really technical. So there are a lot of fail cases if you're not careful. So opponent does get to go first. We do have the Overload Fusion in hand, but we have a very So this is only field or graveyard. So Horn does nothing. At most we can special summon Cyber Dragon, but it's... And our opponent's playing Gladiator Beasts. Oh, I actually forgot that's a... Oh, wait! This is the most basic version of it. But it depends. Our opponent does have the full 15. Okay. Okay, getting Augustus is usually one of the better starts. You get Augustus, you put another creature, the creature has an effect. But this is the basic version of it. Unfortunately, I have the worst possible hand for this. I'm also trying to remember if Gladiator Beast has Exceeds, but okay, they're just doing the fusion summon into Gladiator Beast Tamer, which will get them a special summon of the one that needs Spartacus. Oh no! So this is an actual tuned one. They have the big one. So once your turn, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. No. Activates a monster effect. That's a key part here. So I might actually just summon the Cyber Dragon as a bait. So what are the cards we need to send to the yard? And if our opponent has an Ash Max C, okay, not the worst. Not the worst until they draw into an Ash Blossom. So select to add to hand. We need the spell. I can pitch the Solemn Judgment because it's already too late at that point. I'm actually going to start with Core first. That gets us one spell, then we can use the Cyberdark to get another spell. Sending Cyber End to the yard. Activate Herz. It gets us another Cyber Dragon. Unfortunately, Overload Fusion. Okay, negating that effect. So, not the worst. Not the worst that could happen. And this is a once per turn, so they used it up there. So we need to get Cyberdark Realm since we already used Cybernetic Horizon. I'm gonna do Cannon first. Let's do a sanity check. Only one, the other one's in hand, so we need to keep pitching more. Pitch Solemn Judgment because it's too late at that point. Gets us a power bond. So we can also overload fusion. Hold on. Chimera core. Oh wait, power bond. So probably getting Eternity, Cyber Eternity. We can also get Cyber End. Okay, Cyber Twin Dragon. It's the cheap way to do it. Cyber Eternity gives us protection, allows us to snipe this, but once per turn you may special summon. We actually have to get Cyber Twin first. So can't activate Overload Fusion anymore, but that's not the important part. Well, it's a good thing I have a second attack. Oh, they do have another Gladiator Beast. Okay, not too bad. This card cannot be destroyed by that battle. And special summons. Now, unfortunately, because we went Cyber Twin and not Cyber Eternity, we have no way to actually protect this Chimera. Though we actually do want the Chimera to die. Actually, Cyber Twin dying is a bit of a bigger problem. Yeah, they have a Murmello. Oh, they went for that. Wait, could they not target this? Okay, so sanity check now. We have how many cards in the... How many... 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one's Horn, so we actually just need to play this Overload Fusion. That's assuming our opponent doesn't kill us right away. Our Gladiator Beast is quite beefy, so that's also an issue. Okay, they... Fusion deployment. Specifically listed, so it still puts it on the field, so I can still overload fusion this. So that gets a Cyberdark. Oh wait, we did not get the correct one. That's fine. Let's go fusion deployment. Yeah, so we're still making we're still making mistakes here and there. Yeah, we're not activating that. So first things first, take out the known enemy. Activate. Oh, what's that? You can send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. Yeah, sure. Send to the graveyard. Probably send the Claw. And Cyber Twin Dragon goes for the kill. Yeah, that wasn't not perfect, but having that as an option is still better than not having it as an option. I probably miscounted somewhere, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll do one more to close out this episode here. Yeah, it's a good thing we figured out not to. It's a good thing we figured out to use the power bond on just Cyber Twin Dragon. Having the extra attack is very, very powerful. Okay, so we have Cyberdark Realm. We also have Cyberdark Claw, so we're gonna actually pitch this first. And we'll get Cybernetic Horizon. Technically, realms can change, so that's actually not bad. So we'll go Horizon. Pitch our Garnet. Pitch Herz. Add Core to hand. Pitch End Dragon to yard. We also might want to consider holding something back. Try to see if we can get an extra spell if possible. Because we do have Spell Shield 8 as an option. So add from deck to hand. Cannon gets us a machine monster, which is good for Chimera. So we have 1, 2, 3 cards right now. We're gonna summon the core first, just to not accidentally. I think we changed Cyberdark Realms. Also, Cyberdark Chimera is not so great when you already have the power bond in hand. This only gets it from the deck, so that becomes an issue. We'll normal summon anyway. Yeah, I'm not gonna pitch anything, but I think that also means we set the spell shield first. We're gonna activate power bond. Let's see if we can get Cyber Eternity. Yeah, we can. Cyber Eternity is usually the easiest one that we can still protect. Activate Cyberdark. That gets us another Garnet in the yard. Hold up the realm. Take a hit. So we should actually have 5 already. Keel, Chimera, Cannon, Edge, Claw. Okay, we have 5. So we need to use Cyberdark Realm to get a spell. Unfortunately, the one spell we have left doesn't quite fit. I'm trying to remember if we have yeah, we only have 1 copy of Power Bond. We probably should have 2 next time. So if they take out Spell Shield 8, it's not the worst. I'm not going to discard Realm for it. So not much protect. Well, yeah, not much protection. No, there are still ways to bypass this. If you if you have space to say run a kaiju or two, that's probably a good idea. Maybe you don't have to run all 3 copies of Cyber Dragon. Maybe you could get away with 2. Okay, so this is the Predaplant deck. They normal summon this, so they need to have a way to special summon this. Oh no, they special summon this. Yeah, it's a special summon, so they can normal summon this. It sends a card to the yard. No predator counters quite yet. So let's see. You can fusion summon dark monster from your extra deck using cards on the field and monsters or monsters with a predator counter. So yeah, having Cyber Eternity is very important here. So, but they can still fusion summon and they can still take it off their. I think what happened also was I selected the wrong fusion monster then. You have to remember, if I'm always aim to the right. I think opponents also trying to might be figuring out why they can't target this. Yeah, I was concerned at first that okay, Super Poly. Oh, they might be able to snipe it with this one. Cannot target, but this does not target, so it just uses up monsters. So there's a good, depending on the fusion monsters they have on the board. So if you actually have copies of Super Poly, there's a good reason to have generic monsters that you can as a way to snipe this one. Alternately, copies of the fusion are very good at sniping, provided that they can't be targeted. They are also very good at sniping it as well. I'm pretty sure the Super Poly is gonna take our Cyber Eternity Dragon. Actually, the Predaplants deck is one of the. Oh, okay. They had to use it as a regular one. So they did. Okay, but let's take a look at the effect here. Yep, no counters. Yeah, we're gonna respect our opponent. We're gonna respect our opponent. We're not gonna burn their time there. Okay. It would be more. I'm more likely to do that if they still have cards in hand, because there are still hand traps that could get us there. But hey, looks like they gave us a very good structured deck. Not bad for not a bad investment, if I may say so myself. I think that's like what 2150 gems. So we're gonna call this episode, but we're going to take a look at the. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at the Predaplant deck. Yeah, they do have two copies of Super Poly. Do they have any generic monsters? Okay, Dark Pendulum, 1 Dark Monster. Okay, 1 Predaplant plus 1 Dark Monster. 3 Dark Monsters. 1 Fusion Monster plus 1 Dark Monster. Oh, they could have. Maybe they could not they were probably expecting to target with this, but they could not target with it. Yeah, so yeah, this would be a very good out to take out to take us out. It looks like Cyber Eternity Dragon is the deal. So yeah, if you have not bought the Cyber Dragon deck, do so. It's pretty solid. And if you decide to port it to regular rank play, you have options like Union Carrier. It's a little bit more wide open now over there, so it's not that bad. That's going to be it for this episode of From Solo to Duel. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. Yeah, apologies for doing this a little bit later, but I went down the wrong path first. I just went Cyber Dragon only. I was really missing out on Cyberdarks. Turns out you have to accept that the game is going to be quite complicated, but this is probably a good time to start learning the complexities of the game. And maybe I can stop complaining about it. That said, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.